Thank you, Gregor. Afternoon, Josh. We spent a lot of time talking about the physical toll of the compressed schedule. What's the emotional toll been like, and how does your experience in the league help you kind of navigate this sort of new scenario, if you will?
Hey Ken, yeah, I mean it's a new scenario, so I think even the experience I have in the league is certainly nothing like this year. So, um, it's there's tough days for sure. I mean, it's hard on everybody. I think I feel just fortunate to be playing hockey this year. Like, in fact, we were able to get the season going and everything else. And obviously, it's a ton of fun. Getting to play the game. But yeah, it is tough, obviously, um, you know, on us, on our families as well. I think some of that isolation that the families experience in, cities that they're, maybe not, they don't have family and friends to sort of lean on and stuff like that. It's, it's just a different year. And obviously, hockey or not, a lot of people are having to deal with the emotional toll of the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. But I think we're trying to find ways to get out of the hotel a little bit within the guidelines and get some fresh air. And it's nice that we're trending towards some spring weather and stuff where you're able to get outside and get some fresh air. But everyone's everyone's going through different things and has have different things going on in their lives. So I think we're trying to be tight as a group and deal with those challenges as we go.
We'll go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Josh. I don't know how much you believed you needed to have a bounce back season of sorts, but how would you rate how you felt out there so far? What's working, what's been missing, and maybe why?
Yeah, I think last year was a tough year for me. So many new changes, obviously a lot more responsibility and, different things like that. And coming off an injury in the year prior to that and different things. So, it is interesting that this year we're already at the halfway point or past that now. And, we're still under, I think, 30 games into the year. So it's, I think there's a lot of things that I'm better than I've ever been at in my game. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to work every day to be better. And I, understand that, it's a process, and obviously it's a results-based league and what have you done for me lately league. But, I'm working on my game every day. I'm trying to get better every single day, which is what I've always done my entire career. And, I have an internal belief that it's, right there for me. And, I think it feels closer than before, than ever before, to sort of having every element of my game in place and just working hard every day to keep getting better. That's all you can do as a player in your career. And that's what I'm doing right now.
We'll go next to Mike McIntyre from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks, Gregor. Afternoon, Josh. Just wondering how different you're expecting the Vancouver team to look than the one you saw, I guess, at the beginning of the month for 2 games. You guys beat them, I think, back on the 2nd. They've gone on a 7-1-1 run since, and they've done it largely without Elias Pettersson, who's hurt. I guess, what are you expecting from them? They're kind of playing for their season, I guess, right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're playing great hockey. I feel like, any of the games we've played them this year, they haven't been, the games we've won have certainly not been easy. They play hard and they play, all 4 lines, and they're structured. You don't get a lot of easy ice against them. So, I'm expecting much of the same as what we've seen from them. It's been a tough game whenever we've played them. So obviously they're confident right now and they're on a run, and you look at the standings and, 2 points are crucial right now for teams that are inside the line and outside the line. So it's going to be a big couple games, and obviously, like I said, they're feeling it. So we're going to expect their best, and we're going to have to bring the same.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Josh. Josh, I'm just going by reports, but it sounds like Tucker Poolman moves up alongside you, and Dylan DeMello goes down with Logan Stanley. There's been a lot of jockeying this season on the blue line and up front. What do you think Paul is looking for specifically when he's making the switches that he's done involving you?
It's probably a question for him, really. I mean, I think it's when a coach makes a change, I don't know, what are they looking for? Potentially a spark, potentially a chemistry thing. Maybe it's a matchup thing. Maybe it's could be a health thing within the lineup. Who knows? I mean, there's plenty of reasons why you would make a change. So, like I said, I'm not like that's sort of more of a coach's decision. So he would make those changes, and you could ask him, I guess, as to why exactly he's making the change and what his reason is.
We'll go next to Sarah Lesky from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey, Josh, just sticking with the pairing sort of angle and question on it. Do you have a different, I know that you guys always say that you're comfortable playing with a variety of different people because you have over the years, but is there a different comfort level with Tucker? And how do you think that maybe you two can complement each other, especially going up against the way that the Canucks play?
Yeah, I think there's we've out of, I guess, all the guys on the blue line, we've played the most games together of like between the two of us of anyone that I have played with here right now, for sure. So there would be a familiarity there. I think Tux has been playing really well. He's been, I think, getting better and better, and his game's been like as good as I think I've ever seen him play, which is awesome. So, he's a big guy. He moves really well. He's got a long reach. So obviously those are things that are good, attributes when trying to defend highly skilled and talented players. So I think, we've, like I said, we've had a lot of games together last year and experience this year as well. So, you can kind of, it's not like you're playing with someone you've never played with before.
Just a couple more for Josh. We'll go next to Kelly Moore from CGOV. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hey, good afternoon, Josh. One of the interesting quirks of this series has been the strategy of Alex Edler on the penalty kill when your number one power play unit is out there with Blake Wheeler. So kind of a two-part question here. As a penalty killing defenseman, would you ever leave your feet and just spread out to prevent a pass from the inboards from getting across? And the second part of that is, because you guys have seen that quite often, is there some different strategy that you might employ as a result of that?
Yeah, I think some teams will do it around the league. I mean, maybe it's usually a team idea, but sometimes it's just a player. I mean, we've seen it over the years with different guys, and obviously that's he's trying to take away that pass to either Paul or through the seam to Kyle probably, and obviously it's hard to make a sort of a saucer pass over a body and have it come down. So it's a play that you see sometimes, and then obviously the downside is, I guess, you're not on your feet if there's a loose puck or something, but they've had some success with it this year against us in that spot. So I'm sure we go over our power play mainly in the evening. So if there's any adjustments, I guess we'll see then. But it's not a totally unique thing just to Edler or to Vancouver. There's teams that will do that at times around the league.
And final question, Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Josh. Just following up on some of those pairing questions. Hopefully this comes off as kindly as I mean it, but is there any part of you that just wants to have one consistent partner get on board and kind of stop the rotation so you can kind of build from there with one person?
I mean, I think that's great. That's great to have, obviously that's not always an option with injuries, with different personnel changes, things like that. Those are things that are, as a player, out of your control. You can't control anything like that. So I think for me, I'm trying to control my game and trying to play at a higher level and get to a higher level. And, whoever I'm playing with, I want to be at a higher level for that person. So that obviously, I'm making the game easier for them if I'm playing, at my best, so to speak. So those things are out of your control. It's like I said before, in a perfect world, sure, it's always nice to have, and obviously the chemistry element, things like that play into it. But we've got a lot of capable players on our blue line, and I think we've moved around enough now that we should have a little chemistry with each other. And as a player, you just have to, like I said, try to bring your best no matter who you're playing with or what the situation is, and that's what I'm trying to do.